Hello and greetings. Welcome to another Seaside chat with me, David Lemieux, and today, beautiful day, so I thought I'd do this outside as I tend to do. Hope the waves and the wind and the birds aren't too distracting today as they sometimes are. Here today to talk to you about spring of 1990, not the box set, which you're probably aware of and hopefully you picked it up, but if you didn't, we have a phenomenal 2 CD compilation, kind of a best of the box set. Really, to cut to the chase on the philosophy on doing this thing is that obviously, as I say, we wanted it to be the best of the music that was in the box, but we kind of looked at it as a Without a Net Volume 2, which is to say structured as close as possible like a show, meaning disc 1 would be close to a first set, and disc 2 try to aim for a kind of a second set feel, which is really tough with so many second set, at least the most interesting parts of second sets being jam sequences that are kind of tied together. But you know, kudos to Jeffrey Norman for assembling this CD and vinyl, I should add. Great Blue Heron. Did you see that? Sorry, I heard it and then I saw it. Look at him, he's still flying back there. Ooh, I like Great Blue Herons, big birds. So disc 1 is structured like a first set, disc 2 as close as possible like a second set. Jeffrey did a wonderful job of assembling it that way. And obviously I want to talk about the music. Our box set had 6 shows in it, and the music on this 2 CD compilation, which is called So Glad You Made It, is focused on 5 of them. We didn't use anything from the Atlanta show, which is an excellent show by the way, but on an individual song basis we just didn't find the versions of songs we wanted to include, found them at other shows, which is sometimes just the way it is. Focus on CD 1. Like I say, it's structured somewhat like a first set. We open up with Let the Good Times Roll from the Cap Center, which is appropriately enough the first song in our box set. And that's followed by Feel Like a trio of songs actually from the Hamilton show, the 3rd show in the box set, March 22nd of 1990. Feel Like a Stranger, West LA Fade Away, and Easy to Love You. These were the 3 songs that actually opened that Hamilton show. Terrific material. And then we get into, I tell you, this disc is a real pleasure to listen to. I'm going to focus on a few of the weird tunes. Beat It On Down the Line, very rare at this time. Beat It On Down the Line was played maybe once a tour, once a year sometimes around this time, so it was a real treat to catch that. That's from Hamilton also. It's All Over Now was a song the Dead have been playing pretty much consistently since 1976, and Brent is really, and Bobby singing it obviously, but Brent does a great job on his organ solo and some scat singing, wonderful stuff. The Last Time, also from Hamilton. The Last Time is a Rolling Stones tune, as is It's All Over Now. The Last Time was broken out a couple weeks before the tour started in Oakland, and then we've got the second version, which is this one, or actually third, they played it at the Cap Center. So the Hamilton version, and really, really wonderful. Weir's just going off like he's, you know, a Mick Jagger impression, just really great stuff. As far as the Jerry tunes, really some highlight stuff here. Now I'm going to say this, I'm going to talk about the Loser, the version of Loser on here. March 24th, 1990, a show that's not in our box set, but a good chunk of it is on Dozin' at the Nick. In Dozin' at the Nick and Without a Net, if there's any criticism about those albums, which I really don't know too much, those are really great, mostly perfect albums. The omission of the Loser from 3/24/90, I think always rankled some people, and we've finally been able to get that Loser out from the first night in Albany. We've put it on the box set as bonus material on the 3rd night that's in the box set, but anyhow, we've got the Loser out to the masses through this album. So Loser is on here. Jackarow, great Jackarow from Hartford, Connecticut on March 19th of 1990. And then the real Jerry centerpiece outside of the Loser on this CD1, the real centerpiece is Without a Net, the Bird Song. It's a massive bird song. I think it clocks in at 13 or 14 minutes, about 14 minutes. It's one of those bird songs that goes way out there and it really builds momentum as it goes. It doesn't just meander, it'll blow your mind. So we've got that, and then we've got CD1 ending just as a lot of first sets at the time ended with Blow Away, Brent's huge epic Blow Away. Again, this one's like 12 minutes long. Huge, huge show-stopping Blow Away. I've had a number of people since this box set came out a number of people email me specifically about the Blowaway, say they'd forgotten how much Brent could take control of a show and do this. So really, really great stuff. So CD1, 80 minutes long, or just about 80 minutes, spectacular listening experience. CD2, as I say, we used second set material on there. We opened things up with the first really unique jam of the tour, Scarlett Begonias into Estimated Profit. So we got this great Scarlett Begonias that jams really nicely. It's about 11 minutes long. Goes into a really nice jam, but instead of going to Fire on the Mountain, goes into Estimated Profit. It's a note-perfect Estimated Profit with a huge jam coming out of it. So that's about another 11 minutes of a great estimate. Two of my favorite songs of the time, Scarlett Estimated. Really, since those songs, you know, have been played, Scarlett since 74 and Estimated since 77, two of my favorite Dead tunes, period. So you get those joined. Very rare that those two songs were joined. That's followed up by another huge jam from the tour, very unique, playing in the band into Eyes of the World. And playing in the band very rarely went into Eyes of the World. Estimated did, of course, but that's not the case here. So you got playing in the band into Eyes, that's from Hartford, Connecticut, and the jam out of Eyes, it's about 6 minutes long, which is included here. Really, Jerry starts playing some wonderful stuff on his MIDI. So, this happens a lot. When I talk about this music, I get goosebumps. Really, really great material. And then we kind of get into the second part of a second set with Give Me Some Lovin', which is where the title of this album, So Glad You Made It, of course, came from. Give Me Some Lovin', followed by an epic, epic Morning Dew. And a friend, a really good friend of ours, of Grateful Dead Productions, of mine, a good personal friend, emailed me. He was listening to the Sirius XM Grateful Dead channel, and we played this version of Morning Dew just a few weeks ago. And he emails like, dude, that Morning Dew is epic. And this is a guy who doesn't listen to too much Grateful Dead beyond about 1977, 78. You know who you are if you're watching this. And he was just really blown away by this. And to me, that really is high praise when somebody who is, you know, so focused on other earlier eras of Grateful Dead can find this to be truly a monumental performance. And I agree. I think this is a spectacular, spectacular version of Morning Dew. Then goes into Not Fade Away, which is from Nassau Coliseum, and it's a rippin' Not Fade Away, which is why we included. The nice thing about including, you know, 18 CDs worth of material down to 2 CDs is you really get to choose the very, very best moments. And this Not Fade Away is a spectacular Not Fade Away. I've played this version at many things that I've DJ'd, dance parties, things at bars where I've kind of DJ'd Dead music. I've played this very same Not Fade Away because it's absolutely spectacular. The second jam is just one of the best. And then the only one of the tour as our encore on the CD2, Addicts of My Life, which was debuted or brought back in October of 1989, just 6 months before, 5 months before, in Hampton, Virginia. So in Nassau we've got the Addicts of My Life, and it's beautiful. Brent, Jerry, and Bobby doing the most wonderful harmonies. You know, and then Brent was gone 4 months later, end of July of 1990. So, you know, really Brent is very much a highlight of this. Easy to Love You, which had just been brought back a few days before. Easy to Love You on CD1, Blow Away on CD1. All of his contributions on literally every song he sings a verse on. Let the Good Times Roll, he does the scat singing on It's All Over Now. And he does solos throughout, and he just plays really, really wonderfully. Truly some of the best material I've ever heard Brent do. And then the second set, Give Me Some Lovin', it's a vocal duet with Phil, of course, but his vocal contributions throughout on Scarlett, Estimated, Playing Eyes, everything, literally every song except for Morning Dew on CD2, and virtually everything on CD1, with the exception of Jack-A-Row, which Jerry sings solo, just like he does Morning Dew. If you're a Brent fan, this album is spectacular. If you're a Grateful Dead fan, you're going to love this. It's great stuff. So anyhow, this has been my little video. This is David Lemieux talking about So Glad You Made It, the 2 CD compilation from the Spring 1990 box set. A wonderful, wonderful 2.5 hours of peak era Grateful Dead music, and suggest you get it on CD and hopefully vinyl. Thanks for listening. think that's Marcel, the shell.